One of the brilliant things about these consoles is they evolve over time and we get much better products as an end result. Now, these things are constantly in flux and we constantly get things that we ask for. We even get things that we don't ask for, which I still think is a pretty cool thing and a pretty cool concept when you think about it. These companies are always putting out new patents, new ideas, and you know what? They're delivering for us, the fans, and they make our console experience that much better. These are no longer just video game pieces of plastic where we play games. These are, life changing things, right? Like we have these in our living rooms, in our bedrooms. They're the focal point of our lives. If you think about it, we get our entertainment. Some of us stream music through it, and some of us, obviously watch different shows and Netflix and different things like that. We also obviously play video games through it and talk with friends, and it's just watch YouTube. It's really kind of a hub for an experience, and now it looks like Sony is growing that even more. And this is going to be a good video, and I can't wait to get into it because this is something that I really think is going to be welcomed by millions of gamers. So yeah, this is going to be something you don't want to miss. Hey there everyone, I'm Crapgamer, and this of course is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some cool changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me and my silly YouTube channel. It really does mean a lot. Now think about when we first got our consoles, right? Let's think back to like the PlayStation 2 era, PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox, right? These had like DVD players, but not much else. It wasn't until the Xbox 360 and the PS3 came out, and if you can remember, the PlayStation 3 even had a Netflix disc. That's how you accessed it, and I think that's how they got around the agreement with Microsoft for Netflix to be exclusive on the Xbox 360. But then everything sort of gets added. We get Hulu and HBO Max and Disney Plus and Spotify and Apple Music, and there's literally so much to kind of pick from, and there's so much to choose from that it's crazy. And now it looks like Sony is adding, at least it looks like it, but I will say take this with a grain of salt because we don't know just yet. But it does sound like it's going to be pretty interesting, as a new patent points to implementing AI that learns from players' data itself. Sony patents plenty of interesting concepts, obviously, some of which come to fruition and some that don't. This latest patent could fall in either category, as it points to Sony wanting to implement AI that can be trained through collecting player data as well as watching people play, and then in order to make more challenging AI or better understand player reactions. Spotted on a website, the patent is a system by which AI learns how to better combat players by learning from a pool of player data, and it's all recorded, collected, and stored via the cloud. Power of the cloud, folks. In some implementations, the video and user input are recorded by the computing device and then uploaded to a cloud system, which receives the video and user input and applies them to train the machine learning model. So again, we keep seeing different aspects of machine learning being something that the PlayStation 5 can achieve, despite the fact that a lot of people were saying that it wasn't possible on the PlayStation 5. Now clearly, as I said, not all patents end up becoming any more than just that, but if Sony were to use a system like this for their first party titles, it would be the very least very interesting to see how it's used. Again, so many people are making a big hubbub about accessibility and things like that, and I agree, games should be accessible. Now, where I don't agree is I don't think you necessarily, if you have something like Souls games, I don't think you have to put a super easy mode on that. I think that games can be for everybody, but not every game is for everyone. So I always kind of take that in mind. People like the Souls games strictly because they're a certain way, and I totally understand that and respect that. Now when it comes to accessibility in some games that already have like a normal, a hard, or an easy mode or what have you, I think that it's smart to have something that maybe can adjust itself to figure it out what you're doing, and I think that would be better for everybody involved, just to see how that kind of works out. And again, we see the PlayStation 5 continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to kind of evolve into a really great piece of hardware, to be honest with you. I just it's one of my favorite consoles of all times. I just think when you think about all the different things that it can accomplish, I think that that's incredibly smart. and I can't wait to see what it leads to in the future, because I think that's going to be very cool, and I love seeing like the different futures of how things kind of work out for console gaming and stuff like that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, a lot of people make fun of the solid state drive in the PlayStation 5, right? They say that the PlayStation 5 hard drive was supposed to be like this be-all end-all thing, but the main problem is it's hard for third parties to utilize this, because they have to also put their games on platforms that don't specifically have a solid state drive at all, let alone one on the caliber of the PlayStation 5. So when we see this, especially with new games specifically built for it, so we know games have to also be specifically built for it, and then we see incredible results. Now, they did a test with Call of Duty Vanguard on PlayStation 5, and it features a number of enhancements over the PlayStation 4 counterpart, chief among which includes faster load times thanks to the solid-state drive. However, a video doing the rounds on Twitter has revealed just how much quicker the PlayStation 5 version is, and I'm going to link this in the description and you guys can check it out, because it looks really good. It loads up a mission in mere seconds, less than seconds. By comparison, the PS4 and PS4 Pro versions clock in at over 1 minute, with the former taking the longest at 1 minute 13 seconds. Holy cow, that is incredibly long time to wait. Obviously, this sort of thing isn't too surprising nowadays. The PlayStation 5 versions of games usually have some kind of advantage from a technical standpoint. Still, the difference is pretty significant for some, and I think that obviously we probably will see more and more of this as the generation goes on. Even in multiplats, I think something like they might not use the solid state drive on the PlayStation 5 for like world building and world creation and stuff like that, but we could still see it definitely come to fruition in like loading and stuff like that if it's built specifically for that. So I think that that's pretty cool, and I also think that what they're able to accomplish has been nothing short of amazing, and I can't wait to see like how this thing is doing a year from now, when developers have a real sense and time and enough forthright to build worlds around this thing. I think that's going to be an amazing thing, and hopefully we can continue to see things grow from that. I love to see the technology expand, and I love to see that push boundaries with things that maybe we've never seen before. So this is phenomenal stuff, and I think everybody should be excited about the future of PlayStation 5, because it does sound like it's going to be an incredible ride from start to finish. Now, this year, I'm the first to admit it wasn't the most amazing year ever for PlayStation 5 in terms of like exclusive content or whatever, but I still think that next year has the chance to be the best year of all time. If you just think about it, I mean, you've got first party stuff like God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7. You've got third party exclusives, even if they're timed, like Forspoken, which is a couple years. You even got Ghostwire Tokyo, which is a Bethesda game, but believe it or not, that's going to be a year timed exclusive. So there's a ton of stuff just coming out on PlayStation. Sifu, smaller stuff, you know what I mean? You got all this stuff that's coming out. It's going to be a heck of a year for PlayStation owners. Let me know what you guys think. I, of course, will link all of this stuff in the description, and you guys can check it out. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy the content, like, share, subscribe. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap gamer, out.